Hi, everyone. Welcome to Uprise Astrology Podcast. My name is Island. I am an astrologer and a tarot reader. And we are here today to take a look at what is going to be unfolding astrologically and tarot-wise for all of my Libra and Libra rising friends. In particular, the time frame that I'm going to be taking a look at for you guys is going to be the new moon in Scorpio that started all the way up until before the full moon in Taurus. We're going to take a look at any kind of important transits that we need to know about from that time frame. We're going to take a look at the charts and where the energies are playing out for you with possible themes, in which houses they are, right? And then we're going to finish up with a quick tarot reading that is going to go straight to the most important messages for you guys. Before we get started, I want to mention that I do offer readings. I offer two different types: an in-person reading where we meet up via Zoom, or I offer video recorded readings. And so both of those are available, those options, in the description box below this video. You can always check it out there, or you can just hop on to Uprise Astrology Podcast to find out more on how you can work with me closely. Now, let's pull up the charts for all of my Libra and Libra rising friends. By the way, you can listen to your sun sign, or you can listen to your rising sign. Your rising sign, if you know that you're a Libra rising, this is going to give you the most accurate picture of what is unfolding for you in your personal chart, because it's a general reading. So the more that you go by your rising sign, the more accurate this is going to be. Now, where did this new moon unfold for you guys? Let's take a look. We started that new moon, the beautiful new moon in Scorpio, right over here in the second house. That was a terrible drawing for everyone who is watching this on YouTube. That was a horrible drawing. Let's just do this again. So here is the new moon in Scorpio in the second house for you guys. Okay, what's the second house? The second house, oftentimes for me, the experience that I'm making is the second house is all about money. It's all about the manifestation skills that you are taking a look at in your life and how you manifest things in your life, right? But it's not so much about manifesting through thought. It truly is about manifesting via what you're drawn to. And what you're drawn to, this energetic pull decides what actions you take in this area. And if you feel like this is worth your time, it is coupled with these ingredients in the second house. The second house is oftentimes a place where we're also sort of learning how to manage assets in a way, but it's more about, okay, well, these are some of the things that I own, even in the physical world or the physical sense. And how do I have to manage it? What do I own? What do I have? And those are the types of things and the themes that we're seeing in the second house. So for you, this new moon is unfolding there with those types of themes. It is in Scorpio, and it is at 12 degrees. And here there is a brand new story that you're starting when it comes to how you're going to make money. That is pretty much straightforward what I believe is going to be unfolding for a lot of you over the next 30 days. Now, the interesting part about this new moon is that it is going to be in an opposition to Uranus. Where is Uranus currently for you? That is the 8th house. Uranus in Taurus at 12 degrees. What is this all about? This is going to be where you are going to literally recreate how you commit to people, how you commit to money, what you commit to, and what your commitment's actually going to look like and how they deeply impact you. This is going to be an area where you're going to put boundaries in to keep your money or to keep your worth or to keep your assets. There's a lot of energy here that is going to move things around for you where you felt like maybe in the past you couldn't have imagined buying this thing, or you couldn't have imagined making money in this kind of a way. And now you're getting this opportunity to wake up to a new way to do it. And a lot of you are going to feel ready. And I think it is going to surprise you that your life right now is going to be in this place of growth. It is going to be in this place where you're going to be respecting your values that you now have a lot more than you ever have, and you want to protect this aspect. That is what you're going to be working on over the next 30 days. Now, when we move forward to the next aspect, which is very important, it is going to be on November 10th. November 10th we're seeing a very important aspect here that is unfolding between Saturn, Mars, and Mercury. So Mars and Mercury are in your second house, also in the sign of Scorpio during this time. And what is Mars and Mercury conjunct together? That is very direct communication. That is you being very sharp. Your mind is on one thing and you're wanting to execute this, especially at 7 degrees. That conjunction, or over those 24 to 48 hours with this transit, you are in this space where you can get a lot done, you can pull through, and you can really prove to yourself that you have this part about you that can push through in certain money-making areas, or where you are now going to create a breakthrough for yourself, where you've trusted yourself and you get sort of that instinct to go for it. However, there is a square that is happening on this day, and that is to Saturn, which is in your 5th house. That square at 7 degrees to Saturn in Aquarius. Now, what's the 5th house? The 5th house is anything that feels like it is a purpose for you. It makes you feel purposeful, or it is your purpose, your heart's purpose. It's also anything that brings you joy. It can also involve romance at some level, or it can involve your children. So these are the themes you're taking a look at. Saturn here says, I get you want to make money. I get that you're wanting to do these things, that you imagine your life to change, and I'm going to support you, but you have to reorganize this area of your life, and you must communicate what's yours. You must communicate what your value is. Otherwise, we can't organize this 5th house stuff that's going on, your purpose. So it's almost like as if you're getting this moment where there is a situation that you cannot avoid anymore. There is this energy field around this overburdened feeling when it comes to all of the 5th house stuff, where you feel like you could be just giving more than what you're getting back, or it is that you're trying to cause a change here, but you now have to speak up because somehow money gets in the way, or somehow money becomes an aspect here where it's a hard stop, and you have to create a release by speech. That's what we're taking a look at, okay? And action, followed by action. So that's what we're taking a look at in November, on the November 10th transit. Now, when we move forward to the next transit, which is going to be a beautiful one, that is going to be 2 days later on November 12th. This transit is going to be a beautiful one that is going to, I think, be a much welcomed time for a lot of us, a release in a way, and a sense of renewal that happens with the sun being at 20 degrees in Scorpio now, forming a trine over to Neptune, which is going to be in the 6th house for you. Okay, so the sun is still in the 2nd house, obviously it's Scorpio season, and for you, Neptune in Pisces in the 6th house. This is going to be a time where I think you're going to now start to see that your future truly is changing, and the lifestyle you're going to live is now so different than you had imagined. Perhaps for a lot of you, I don't maybe necessarily think that you even imagined that it would change this much. So there's a part of you that is going to get this validation in a big way, where you're going to feel that this is it. This is the future now. And it has a lot of meaning behind it, and it has a lot of purpose behind it. And it feels like you're getting this divine validation that this is the way to go. This is the way that is now showing you that all of the hardship that you have gone through when it came even to the reorganization of your daily living, this is the way to go. The proper boundaries now support this new lifestyle. And it's also giving you a deep and renewed sense. And a lot of this will also have to do with the themes of devotion, because you're overcoming these aspects that perhaps in the past you felt like you couldn't protect, or you couldn't hold a boundary down for whatever reason. So there's a divine order type of feeling here that is stepping into the picture. And I think that is going to be a nice note to end that week. And that is what's going to happen between the new moon and the full moon. The next thing we're going to take a look at are your tarot cards. Now, if you are listening to this on the podcast episode, you guys are not going to be able to see the cards, but I am going to be pointing out each and every one of the cards and what it is that we're taking a look at. And then for everyone else, we are going to be sharing, I'm going to be sharing my screen so you guys can see the cards. I already pulled them for time purposes so that we can get through this reading a little bit quicker. And so here are all of the cards. The first card is representing the general themes, and that is the 10 of Cups. So what do we see with the 10 of Cups here for you guys? The 10 of Cups basically says that you have reached emotionally a level where you're able to open up to relationship dynamics or particular ingredients, emotional ingredients that you didn't think you could create within your relationships. Particularly, this has to do with joy. So what I'm seeing for you guys is that the general theme is here. You're completing a time where there was grief attached to it, sadness attached to it. There was learning curves attached to it, but now you are in a different place and you're realizing it. It's the end of this phase of your life. The second card is the emotional themes. There is sort of a reconnection within you, but not necessarily just the people that are most important to you, but it's also just you, how you view yourself, how you feel about yourself. There was a part of you that felt maybe either crushed or heartbroken about a past relationship that impacted you. It could have been any kind of relationship. It could have been also in business. It could have been romantic. And this particular relationship, it was a sudden sort of reaction that they had towards you when you tried to explain what was important to you. That's what I'm seeing. And this month, you're restoring that aspect. You're restoring sort of that faith within yourself that things are going to be different and more loving now, and that you know how to protect this portion about yourself if anything like this were to ever happen again. Now, followed by, which is beautiful, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a card that represents here what to aim for. Honestly, you don't even have to think about that this month because it's coming your way. There is an opportunity attached to it because after the Wheel of Fortune, we see the King of Swords. So what's supported here is that you're getting an opportunity to up level at some point, either for more money or a sponsorship or some kind of opportunity that you now are going to see that you want to pursue this. And maybe you didn't think you would want to pursue it. It's almost like your heart is just like really opening up to this opportunity. And I love this for you because there is decision-making and choices attached to this that you're going to start to work out in the months ahead. But I feel that you maybe would have never thought that you could do work or that you could do a sponsorship like this, or you could take something on that is just so unique and so different than anything you've ever known. So that is what's being supported here. So speak up and negotiate. It's a good time to negotiate any kind of money stuff. Like if you thought like, I would never be able to ask for this amount, ask for it, because Scorpio in your second house is supporting like more money or supporting sort of this welcoming of you doing, getting more for maybe even doing less. I love this for you. Okay. So definitely be bold and step into what it is that you think you deserve, and some step up from there too, right? Because sometimes I know for Libras, I know I'm a Libra rising. Sometimes for us, it's sort of like, okay, well, am I going to ask for more? Is this going to happen? Right? Yes. This month, truly, things are starting to shift, and it's an opportunity and invitation for you to take this on. Now, the next card is, what's the growth aspect of this month? Do not let yourself be distracted. If there's something that you absolutely love, don't let yourself be distracted. We see that here with this Eight of Pentacles, that you could have this portion or this moment where too much could be going on, and you need to keep the bigger picture in mind because you're finishing up 10. We see the 10 of Swords, which I'm going to get to. We see the Wheel of Fortune. There's a decision. Make sure you get all of your work done. Make sure you're doing everything that there is to do, because what's followed by the 8 of Pentacles is the 10 of Swords. That is going to allow for you to clear out mind clutter. You could be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, especially when it comes to emotional sort of relationship themes, which is what the 10 of Swords represents here. Don't allow for yourself to don't allow other things to come in. Like, these are the goals, execute, execute, execute. That is going to be the most important. And what is the most biggest major thing to focus on this month? The last card, 4 of Swords. You must take care of anything that cleanses you, that you do throughout the day, energetically speaking. So let's say it's a bike ride. Let's say you need more sleep. Let's say that you really need to wake up in the mornings more and you have a meditation practice, or before you go to bed, you have a meditation practice, or you have this practice where you're doing emotional tapping. Whatever it is for you that keeps you in a safe space, because of the energies being so intense, especially in the second house, when it comes to root and essential needs in regards to money, that 4 of Swords basically says, make sure that you're taking the time for yourself, because so much is going to be going on, right? So that's a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys so much for being here, for tuning in. I am going to be back with more content, with more forecasts for the future. Let me know how the next 30 days are unfolding for you. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I am so grateful. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye.